Don Lewis, and I'm here with Alex Linares and Anastasia Tompkins, and we're going to talk today and in future episodes about what it's like to be teenage and pagan. And Anastasia, your mother is a Wiccan high priestess, and Alex, your mother is not. So each of you will have a different perspective because of this. And I think what I would like to do is just to have each of you answer different questions, if you would. And I'd like to start with how being pagan is affecting your relationships with other teenagers, or if it is.
Me being pagan doesn't really affect my relationship with other teenagers much, but it does have a big impact on them. When they find out that I am pagan, they're very interested more in the mystical side of it, the whole casting spells and that sort of thing. But when they actually see that it is a religion of the goddess, of love, of purity, that they actually start to get more interested in that aspect and how it will better their own lives rather than how they can cast spells to make somebody fall in love with them.
It hasn't caused very many issues for me, but I have had one major issue, and I believe it was in 8th grade. I was friends with a girl in my school, and I was aware that she was very Christian. And I mean, she wasn't the most well-liked person on the whole, but I try not to differentiate. I mean, she was nice. And she would tell me, she told me on several occasions, I'm sure in the nicest way possible, that I was going to hell. And I mean, I took it, and I took it, I'm like, she's my friend, but eventually I had to say, this is enough. I don't want to be persecuted, especially by my so-called friends. So I basically broke off the friendship. And actually, I believe in the same year, I got a few cracks from people in my same grade that, oh, you're a witch, do you fly in a broomstick? No. Just a few things like that, but on the whole, not too much.
Have you found in dealing with teachers and classes that it's made any difference to your relationships with the, well, any difference with your relationships to teachers?
No, not really. I mean, most of my teachers know that I am pagan, and in class, whenever we will get a discussion about religion, they'll know that I'll bring up my own ideas, but they won't really say anything because they really aren't allowed to. But I don't think any of them really have a problem with it.
No teacher is going to blatantly say, well, I don't believe in your religion, so I'm giving you an F. But I have had one teacher that I could tell she wanted to learn about my religion so she could possibly use it against me in the future. But of course I was going to gladly tell her every piece of information she wanted to know about my religion. But basically, teachers that know I'm pagan have no problem with it, and I'm not about to say, I'm not going to jump on the wagon and say, oh, I'm pagan, nice to meet you, like saying paganism is my name. But I have had some questions about my a pin I wear on my book bag that says pagan and proud, and it has a pentagram on it. My physical science teacher asked me about it. She seemed genuinely interested in my religion. She actually used the information I gave her to correct one of her friends that thought that pagans worship the devil.
Very cool. Now, we mentioned Anastasia's mother is herself pagan, and your mother, Alex, is not. I wanted to ask if that has been a source of any problems for you.
I think when I first told her that I was pagan, it took a lot of time for her to sort of accept the fact. But now we have regular conversations about religion and how mine will compare to hers, how we have the same similarities in ours, and I'll just basically inform her and give her the information that she wants to know. And I think now she's kind of learned that we don't worship the devil, that we are very good in fact, and that their religion actually compares quite a bit with ours.
So you find in talking to her that there are more similarities than differences?
Well, as Don said, my mother is a third-degree priestess of the Curling tradition. And before that point, I did kind of feel compelled to become Curling, follow in my mother's path. But eventually I thought religion isn't a matter of making your parents happy, making them proud. It's a matter of your own spiritual path. And so I stayed eclectic for a few more years, and recently I decided that I do like the idea of the tradition of the Curling tradition, and I decided to become Curling.
Now, do you both know other pagan teenagers besides yourselves?
Yes, I do, and most of them have become pagan since I really came out of the broom closet, as I like to put it, and they have become very interested in my path, so they start practicing themselves.
Again, yeah, I know a few. Most of them don't live in this state. They live in Ohio. But the ones that are pagan are mostly, I hate to say it, but they're kind of fluff bunny-ish. They're in it for the spells and stuff. I do have a select few friends, though, that are genuinely interested in Wicca, and they actually became pagan about the same time I did, because well, the one in particular I'm thinking of was actually Catholic and in my confirmation class with me.
How do you think being pagan differs for teenagers with less of a support system than perhaps you have? Or do you think it does differ?
I think it does differ quite a bit, because I think pagans, before I was introduced to the curling tradition, I felt very alone, very isolated, and I sort of had to learn a lot of things on my own. But once I met with most of the people of the curling tradition, I felt a lot more at home, like I could actually go to somebody and talk to somebody. But I also think that when I was more on my own, I learned a lot more of using my own inner abilities to make my own decisions and things like that.
I felt that when I found this particular group of people, the curling tradition, that they seemed a lot more friendly and much more welcoming. And as opposed to the coven of people that were more or less eclectic pagans in Ohio. They seemed to be doing their own thing. They weren't really together. They didn't encourage unity and beliefs. It's kind of like a study group, basically. That was basically what they call themselves.
But let me ask you both, what advice you would give to other teenagers who either are pagan or would like to be pagan?
That's a tough one. I think it's very important for them to learn their own resourcefulness, but at the same time, it's also very important for them to learn unity with other pagans, because I believe that the most important thing in a religion is that everybody is able to get along and see, not necessarily all the time the same views, but to learn to agree to disagree in some situations.
I can pretty much sum that up in one word: read. There is never too much reading. You always should read and learn new things about your religion. I mean, that goes for any religion, not just Wicca. I will never finish learning about this religion. I think that teenagers interested in becoming Wiccan should read a lot, not just from one source, but from a large variety of sources.
Very good. This is Don Lewis with Alex Linares and Anastasia Tompkins, and we'll be back in future episodes to talk in more detail.